Hey, hello, my friends. Hope everybody is well today. Paul Apollonia here, coming to you with another What I Sold on eBay video. About 5 items. I sell almost everything and anything. I do specialize in parts, appliance parts, and other parts that I can part out of stuff. When in doubt, part it out. Don't forget, you're going to replace that blender. Look up that old one on eBay for parts. You're going to replace almost anything in your house. Look up that item on eBay for what parts are worth. Refrigerator shelves. I'm going to show you an example, I think, of refrigerator shelves I've sold in this video. But before I forget, let me tell you I run a eBay meetup group, eBay meeting sellers group, whatever you want to call it. Um, Used to be called the Raleigh eBay Meetup Group. Now it's the Southwest Florida Meetup Group. We meet second Thursday of the month, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It is now a free meetup to attend. I used to charge $5. I'm trying to build it back up again to where it was when I was in Raleigh. I don't know what happened, but I'm trying to build it back up again. There are two ways you can get to it. You can go in via Meetup, just type in your Google search, type Meetup, and then once you're in Meetup, you just type in, you can even type in Raleigh eBay Meetup Group, that'll show up this, or you can type in the Southwest Florida, Lula Inglewood Meetup Group. I think the link for this is in the description, the video description. It is free to join. Second Thursday of the month, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It is a Zoom format. It's going to send you out to a Zoom link. Um, if you would like, I would really appreciate it. If you want to give a little donation, that would be wonderful. Meetup and Zoom does cost me money and my time to do it. And also, there is another way you can get to it. I think you've got to be an eBay user or have an eBay ID or an eBay membership, whatever you want to call it, to get into this. If you Google eBay seller events, this actually has more Google exposure than Meetup does, believe it or not. I was kind of a little against this, but they have really stepped up their game. It's a platform called Bevy, and you can look under here for upcoming events. Like, for example, it is Monday the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And my meeting is Thursday, so if you were to sign in here and look up upcoming events, I would be up there. If not, just search for Southwest Florida um, meetup or meeting, and it will show up there. And again, it is a Zoom format. I would love to get it in person. I'm just trying to find a place for that and seeing if that would work out. Okay, and in the description, there's a bunch of other podcasts and videos I've been on and stuff like that. There's also a few sponsors. So my Meetup List Perfectly is one of them. Basically, you would put your listings in List Perfectly. You could either create them in List Perfectly or import them from eBay or other platforms, and you could propel them out to other platforms. And within List Perfectly, your items are there forever as long as you have your account. No matter what level of account you have, and if you use the affiliate link, which I don't make much money on, and you get a 30% discount the first month. And then there's My Reseller Genie, which works wonderfully with eBay and I think other platforms now. It's a great way to handle your taxes. I know several people are using it, and that's also an affiliate link. I don't make much money on that. I don't make much money on any affiliate links. I don't think people make a ton of money. I think it's all volume. But before I forget, please subscribe to my channel. 1,410 I just checked today. Subscribers, thank you, each and every one of you, for subscribing and hanging in there over the years. And if you subscribe, hover over that. I can never say that. Hover over that subscribe button and click the all, and you'll get all my lovely videos, which basically consist of a lot of eBay videos, listings, what I found in the trash to cash, a lot of Chromebook videos, and some DIY videos, basic DIY stuff. That you can do. That is about it. I've been selling on eBay for about 20 years. We're going to go over 5 items here. I forgot what they were. They are, so we're going to figure it out on our own. I'm going to tell you where I got it, um, what I made on it, hopefully, and some other tips and tricks as we go along. And I will try and, again, I say it every video, I'll try and keep it short. All right. I got this from a consignment client. I used to do a lot of consignment in Raleigh. Love it. I'm trying to build that up here. I'm in a great community. It's not a 55 and older community, but there's a lot of old people here. I'm not a spring chicken anymore either. And they are moving away for many reasons. Um, Aging out, whatever, unfortunately passing on. And I'm trying to build that up here, and it's going slow, but it's fine. Slow and steady is the way to go. Sometimes when you do a consignment, you lose contact with the person, and this was an example of one of them. I was working with these people. They were clearing out their parents' house. I took a box of these Harmony Kingdom figurines. There were a few I made a lot of money on, and some I just make some money on. Um, I lost contact with them. I emailed them. I called them. I never heard back from them, and that was years ago. So, fortunately for them, but fortunately for me, it's all mine. If I was doing consignment, it'd be a 50-50 split. So it would be 50-50 after eBay fees and shipping. But I rarely ever do free shipping on consignment items. Obviously, I'm not doing this under consignment, so it is free shipping. But if it was under consignment, just free shipping, just my my calculations get all messed up when I do free shipping for some reason, but I would rather not do free shipping. So on this one, I probably made, oh, well, these usually ship out in a small eBay box, a 4x4x4 box that you get. If you have an eBay store, you get a certain amount of money every quarter for free, not free shipping supplies, because you're paying for your eBay store, but shipping supplies. Don't forget to use that every quarter. 4x4, and it's under a pound. I think I can ship these out for about $5. Post office ground advantage. Probably made about $33 on this, which was fine. I have no idea why that message popped up there. Sorry about that. I thought I just blocked all these messages. So that wasn't bad. Real quick, I try and use eBay's best practices for title, what it is, item number or model number, whatever it is. I Googled this. There's a Harmony Kingdom site that you can get all the information off of. I always use condition description when I'm selling anything other than new, because if you're selling new, you can't use a condition description. It is not there. Of course, there's no condition. It's new. Um, like I said, I do, and you'll see in my later listings, I show you, I do flat rate shipping. I kind of guesstimate at it. Sometimes I make money, sometimes I lose money on shipping, but most of the time I make a buck or two, sometimes more than that. Do I refund the buyer? Rarely ever. Let's see here. So that's that part. These item specifics are very important. These play a key role when people search on the left-hand side of eBay. When you're doing new, used, color, whatever, blah, 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 whatever you're putting in there, make sure you fill all these out to pertain to your item. You can add ones if they're not in there. When you're clicking on your item specifics and you're selecting, let's say, I'm trying to think here. If I picked one like it says color, I don't know why it says black. I shouldn't have put black because it's not black. It's multicolored, but whatever. Um, it will have a selection of colors. Try and use what's in that selection. That's a lot of people have used those options. That's why they're there. What else here? And my descriptions are very, very brief. That is the number on the item. It's 306 of 600 produced. And all these pictures are done on my smartphone, Samsung S21. I think it's an older phone. I do a sell similar on my phone, take pictures, upload the pictures from my phone to eBay to the sell similar, and I go to my computer and finish it there. I know people that do everything on their phone. I just can't do that. It's just not me. What else? I try and take there's your signature. Uh, what's in the bag, the box, tags, numbers. See, there's the number 306. I should have done, did I do limited edition? No, I should have put limited edition on here. I don't know what band Black Box is. I don't know. It's a collector series. I don't collect too many things. I used to, but not anymore. We pretty much downsized to all from all that. What else can I show you here? I think that's about it. What did I make? I probably made about $33 on that item alone. Okay, little story behind this item. This was a refund. There was a battery, long, long time ago. There's a battery back in here. You pull that slot out. I didn't realize it. It's a 9-volt battery is in there. What we used to call transistor radio batteries, the square little battery with the two terminals on the top. I didn't know it was in there. I did put used. Probably should have put parts were repaired because I had no way of testing it. The guy buys it, or the person buys it, messes me after he gets it. He says, "This is defective. The battery is stuck, and I can't really use it. Battery acid is eaten away." He sent me a picture of it. I don't have the pictures with me, but basically, if you remember the old 9-volt batteries, it was a little thing that clicked on the top, pressed on the top. One of those, the smaller one, was stuck in the battery, or stuck, or yeah, it was stuck in the battery. It was stuck in the battery. All these things are popping up. I'm sorry on my computer. I have no idea why they're doing that. If you're seeing it, I refunded them. I have another one, a yellow one. Again, this was a consignment item from a guy on my ham radio operator, N3 GCA. Not super active. I'm a member of a ham radio club down here, amateur radio club down here. And someone heard that I do consignment, and I've been selling a lot of his stuff. So that's just another consignment item. Sorry about that. So I do have another one. After I refunded the guy, I took the other one out, opened the battery pack, and saw the battery was in there, pulled the battery out, and saw the thing was sticking in the battery the same way. Now, did he pull one over on me? I don't know. All as I had to do was take a screwdriver and pry the piece of the battery out of the clip thing, the thing you push on top of the battery, and it was fine. I don't know. I refunded him. I told the guy I was selling the stuff for that this happens. He said he was totally fine with it. He really didn't even care what he gets for the stuff, which is wonderful. I love consignment clients like that. I love consignment. A lot of people don't like it. I'm not trying to turn you on to consignment. Whatever. You don't like it, don't do it. I love it. I love working with people. Everything has its pros and cons. Garage sailing, thrifting, everything. Just everything takes time. Spend it at the beginning, middle, or end of an item. But I did refund him on this, so I made nothing on this. I even lost on shipping. Oh, did I refund him shipping? I may not have. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Well, depends. Um, so if I were to sell this, I probably would have made maybe $20, $21 after eBay fees. These do sell. They're kind of weird. They're old technology. They're basically years and years ago. They're still out there, I guess. There used to be these boxes, like AT&T boxes out on the curb you'd see, and they could clip these onto different things and test the phone system way back in the dial in the dial phone days, twisted pair days. What else we got here? Oh, we got a vacuum cleaner. I don't do much thrifting, but when I do, I look for appliances and vacuum cleaners. There was a ginormous, that was the name of it, rummage sale at a local church a couple of months ago. I mean, ginormous, that was the name of it. And even the building said more ginormous stuff in here. So it was huge. I went, it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, you paid $5 to get in. Friday, Saturday, it was free. I went in Thursday afternoon later. I was running late. And all the resellers probably were there already, and they already bought up a ton of stuff. There wasn't much stuff there. I saw this vacuum cleaner behind a bunch of stuff, and I said, "How much you want for the vacuum cleaner?" There was a price on it that I missed. The guy didn't see the price. It was $25. He said, "Give me $15." I saw the price when I took it home to sell it. I gave him $15, looked it up. They sold for about 80, 85, 90, $100. I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. Brought it home. It was just as clean as you see it here. I just had to clean it off a little bit. Let me show you the bottom. The inside was that clean. So it was pretty sweet. I've sold vacuum cleaners before on eBay. We're going to go into quickly how I ship this too. That it was really, really clean. Look at the underneath. That's the way the underneath was when I went to clean it. I didn't have to do anything to it. I just rolled the rollers and made sure the thing was a little cleaner. Even a close up of the roller. I mean, it's like new. So I list it. Red flag. Shipping was way, way, way too low. My fault. Again, flat rate shipping. Sometimes I make money. Sometimes I lose money. This was going, I can't remember, but it wasn't very close. A couple states away. I think it cost me about $35 to ship this thing, maybe $37. So I lost some money on shipping, but I only paid $15 for it. I think I made about $25 on it. My mistake. I don't know why I had $24.99 shipping on there. I couldn't. It was an oversight. I'm real. I made a mistake. How did I ship this, you may ask? Lowe's, Home Improvement, or Home Depot boxes, heavy duty boxes. Now, this is why I do flat rate shipping, and this is why I try and make money on shipping. Here, I lost money, because don't forget, not just all the shipping cost, but on my boxes I had to buy for this silly thing. Each box comes in at around 225, 215 a box. I needed 4 or 5 boxes for this. I get the first box set up. I put the vacuum cleaner in it. First, I put some padding on the bottom, uh, bubble wrap, paper, whatever I can find, styrofoam, pool noodles. I think I use. I have a whole video on using pool noodles. Put pool noodles on the bottom. Put the vacuum cleaner. Stood the vacuum cleaner. Put another box on top to telescope it. I didn't do any taping it except for the bottom box to seal it. Um, put more stuff in there. More pool noodles or whatever I could find to put in there. Kind of low on free packing material since I moved. Not too much dumpsters around here to pull packing material out of like there were in Raleigh, but whatever. Loving Florida. Um, put another box, telescope that, put the rest, all the bags in there and everything, and whatever else came with it. I think that was it. Another box, another box. I think it's 4 boxes I had to use because I couldn't take anything apart. This didn't come apart. So I had to, and the problem is this bottom piece um, was was wider than the box itself. So I had to click the vacuum cleaner open, like I had to, I'm trying to explain this. I had to push the pedal down on the vacuum cleaner to make it, you know, lower it, put it in at an angle, and then put something underneath it so the vacuum cleaner stood up on an angle like this. Very involved. Again, my time. Normally I charge more for shipping, so I'm at a loss right now, just time wise, shipping. I probably lost money on this in the end when everything's said and done. Taped up the top of the top box, put everything on its side, laid the box on its side on the ground, made sure everything was even, taped up the boxes, 4 strips of tape all the way around to seal each box of telescope. Um, Brought my scale out, which is not a fancy scale. It's just a $20 scale I bought on eBay. Find these everywhere on eBay, $25. Which is nice about this one is it has a cord, so if you have something big like this, you're not trying to stick your head under there trying to see what is written on the scale. Beat up. I got to play around with it, Mr. Frugal. Put the scale on the ground, laid the box, zeroed out the scale, laid the box on there, made sure the box wasn't touching the ground at all to make the weight different. Weighed it, measured it. It went out FedEx because it certainly didn't go out post office. Post office is way too expensive. FedEx or UPS, I cannot remember. And I think it was 37. I'd have to look it up. It was figured like $35 to ship it. It may have been more than that. So I didn't come out on the winning end of this, I don't think. But I sold it. It was a big item, and it's gone, and that's the way I look at it. Live and learn. That was my mistake. I don't even know why I put it at $24.99. I could have done free shipping and bumped it up to 100 and something, but I know eBay loves free shipping. It gives you better search results. They love it. They pump you up with free shipping. I'm just not a big fan of it. It's just, I don't know, whatever. But all the pictures were done on my phone, like I said. Let's see here what we do. Um, Item specifics. I included 6 bags. I also put that included accessories. Tested and working fine. Somewhere from use to make sure people know that there were some scratches on it. But it really was a beautiful vacuum cleaner. This was on my veranda down here in Florida. I used to call them, oh no, they call it a lanai now, not a veranda. Using just sunlight. Actually, was in the shade with a sheet over a chair, I think, or whatever. Nothing fancy, white background. eBay is now, they're saying you don't need a white background. Before, it was way back in the day, you could use any background. Then they were like, it has to be a white background for Google Shopping because we upload all the listings to Google Shopping, and that's what Google Shopping wants. Okay, great. Then they said, well, it's just the first picture has to be white background. Now they're saying it doesn't matter. From what I heard, white background, green background, whatever background you would use. I like a white background, and I like to use a white background, not use one of those programs to white it out. That's just me. I think it looks fake, but that's just me. So I didn't make much money on that. I probably made about $20 on this, maybe $22 on this when all said and done. But live and learn. We all make mistakes, and I'm as real can be. In the last video, I talked about this meter that I sold, and I had a return, or not a return. The guy said it didn't work, and he wanted it. If he sent me glowing feedback and all this other stuff, I'm going to go over the whole story again. And he actually sent it back to me after I refunded him because I just didn't know what to do. I should have let eBay know and let eBay handle it, but I was just like, I just didn't want to deal with it. So I figured I lost 40 some dollars with a consignment client. The same guy that I was doing, I'm doing consignment for that phone thing I showed you that was returned or that was bad. But I did sell this. He sent it back to me 2 weeks later. It just arrived with a handwritten address on a piece of paper on the taped in a box, which I was glad of. I did block him. Sorry. Um, but I did sell this after a week of listing it again. So this was a consignment client. So after this, how it works is after eBay fees and shipping, it's a 50-50 split. So shipping, I made money off shipping. I think it cost me $12.99 to ship this out. Did I just throw a label on this? Did I just seal this original box up and throw a label on it and ship it out? No. People are crazy when you have an original box like this, even though it's beat up. I assume that they're a collector of some type. I way back in the day, I sold some. Excuse me, I got a frog on my throat. I sold some bobbleheads. I got to be careful what you do when you're doing consignment. Don't grab everything and think you can make $1 million off of it. It's good to say no sometimes. I grabbed some sports memorabilia from somebody, which it was just tanking, and I sold a bobblehead, and I just put it in a plastic envelope, and it got damaged, and so just assume that everybody is collecting stuff. When you have an original box, I put this in another box. Actually, I used the same box that the guy returned it to me with, and that was easy. But do not just assume tape this box up and put a label on it. Put all this in another box. All this fit in the box just perfectly fine. All my pictures are on my phone. Like I said, I go crazy with the pictures, especially when I'm selling something for parts not working. If you're new to eBay, I don't recommend doing this, selling parts or selling. They change this description for parts are not working. When I do it, if I can open the lid or open the side or whatever, show the inside. When you're selling something, this is plastic. Always take a photo of the underneath, the bottom, because it could be rusty. If it's metal, if it's a stereo receiver or something, and even if it's rusty, sometimes it still sells. People may need different parts off of it. But make sure you take all pictures. Item specific. This item really was hard to find specifics on. Very clear. Let's see if I made a mistake here again, like I did on that one listing before. I said manual included. There was no manual. Okay. Well, you mean this is what I must have done with the other listing. I must have copy and pasted this. Selling this for parts. That means it may not work untested. I added that after the guy returned it the first time. I'm helping someone sell their old equipment. I have no way of testing it, selling it as is. What you see is what you get. I'm not sure if it needs some tuning and etc. somewhere from use. I think that basically covers my Batissimo there. So again, made half of that. Let's just say, for argument's sake, I made a little bit of money on shipping. What's it, 25 bucks, 30, $27, something like that. So not bad. All right. This was a gold mine. Refrigerator stuff. What are you talking about? Well, where I'm at, you can throw anything and everything away in the trash. People put refrigerators out there. It's kind of sweet. And my little development comes about 300 houses. Every Monday night, I make a run around the development, and I do a trash to cash thing. Find things in trash and sell on eBay. Saw this refrigerator laying on the side up the street. I was walking the dog. The dog was quite annoyed because I had to turn around after I had an armful of shelves. Pulled these shelves off. It's a green background. I know. I just said I do everything with a white background. It's a green background because it's a white item, and I thought it would show the item off better being a green background. A lovely bathroom towel in my laundry room. Hey, whatever, it was there. I take all angles of the shelf. As you can see, all angles. Close up of how it attaches. There's a picture of the model or the part number, measurements. There really is no reason to think this shelf will not fit your refrigerator if it's a right refrigerator. Well, I sold two of these immediately within the same day. And I even have, and best offer. No best offers, sold them for the price, $39.99. I am offering free shipping. I'm not a big fan of free shipping, but if most of the solds are free shipping, I will do free shipping. Again, I paid nothing for these items, so whatever I make is pure profit. What did it cost to ship these out? It probably cost about $10. I found a box. I do a lot of searching for boxes. There's pros and cons to buying boxes and buying pack material, or going out and trying to find your own boxes. Honestly, I recommend you just buying boxes and buying pack material. It's a lot faster, and you won't be sitting here trying to measure boxes and play with pack material you find in the trash. But I still do the find boxes and find packing material because I'm frugal. About $10. I know I made 49 and change on each of these things. Somebody bought two, and then 2 days later, somebody bought another two. So I made almost $100 on something that was in the trash. There is money in parts. Story after story. We had a refrigerator in the garage, and that is about it for the items. I'll tell you real quick. We had a refrigerator in the garage we wanted to replace. It was an old refrigerator. Not even thinking, I went and I heave-hoved the refrigerator in the back of my van, and I'm getting ready to go to the dump. And I went, wait, the heck am I doing? I'm not even following my own advice. Take my advice. I'm not using it. When in doubt, part it out. Dragged it back out again. Took all the shelves out of it. Took a picture of the model number. Sometimes there are, like I showed you on here, there's imprints of the part number on the shelf. I'll look up everything online, and I made over $220 just from the shelves, the ice maker, or the ice maker, ice tray, whatever it was. I sold a bunch of stuff off of that refrigerator, enough to buy a used refrigerator for the garage. So there's money in parts. Don't, like I said, when in doubt, part it out. When your blender breaks and you buy a new blender, look up the parts from the old blender. Any appliance in the house, microwave trays, vacuum cleaners, parts, canisters, hoses, you name it. Look them up on eBay. There's money in parts, especially today. People are looking to save money. I personally like to sell needs like parts. Wants are nice, and I do sell like that figurine is a want. But I like to prefer to sell needs because people need stuff and they're more out to buy it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope this wasn't real long again. I'm sure it was. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Steve with Raiken Profits. I'm here with Paul, and I just want to shoot a quick testimonial. for him because he's been one of my good friends for over, what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
And if you're looking to learn about selling on eBay and you want to start a side hustle, or you just want to make some money flipping stuff on eBay, you're in great hands. Paul's been doing this for a long time. He's helped a ton of people, and I put my full faith and trust in him. So, Paul, I appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you so much.
You got it.